What is going on, you guys? I mean, lots of shit happened today. Woo! That hoodie is fire, son. Thank you, sir, man. Yes, it is, man. Peaches, 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 peaches. I got the boo right here, man. There you go. But for people who've been asking me for a while now, look at that. I finally brought it in, man. The line ring is here. Oh, there we go. We got the line ring live in studio along with the Red Pill Lines cologne. Yeah, shout out to the boys at the Red Pill Lines, man. They got the lion frame. There you go, the lion frame cologne, man. Let's see how this smells like. It's pretty masculine. I would say it smells like a forest aftershave. Pretty cool, man. Shout out to Rocky and the guys, man. Thanks for the line frame, bro. That's pretty cool. But Hex is down to 6 cents. Oh no, the markets are over. Everyone's crying. Zen is pumping. What are we going to do? Fake business is what we're going to do. So today I'll be reacting to one of my favorite streams. I've watched this thing so many times. I love it. It just makes me laugh all the time. Tim Dillon is like one of my favorite comedians. And he has a really interesting sort of history where Tim Dillon basically started as a real estate broker back in the day. And he's a comedian, so he makes all types of jokes about it, but he actually is pretty financial literate and a lot of stuff, and he knows crypto a little bit. So the kind of tangents they go off on crypto and real estate and the last bull market is incredible. This video is about a year old, but damn, it's good. Like, damn, it's good and stuff. So without further ado, man, full screen me and let's go, man. Welcome to Fake Business with Tim Dillon.
My dad's really good friends with Steve Jordan. We used to go there a lot. I like a place called South Shore Fish, which is another fish spot in Island Park.
You could eat there?
Yeah. Okay. South Shore Fish it's called Artie's. That's like the best.
Are you a pescatarian?
No.
You look like one.
Pescatarian. Yeah, I'm a pescatarian. I do eat a lot of fish, though. The majority of what I eat, I think I eat a lot of fish.
I think Island Park is like 3 square blocks.
Small.
It's like tiny.
Small.
I listened to the conference call for Facebook, and this analyst, he's a good guy. This guy,
they're getting beaten up.
Oh. So these two guys right here, they run a show called The Compound and stuff, Compound and Friends, cool dudes and stuff like that. They're starting to warm up to crypto. Obviously, this is about a year ago, so we're talking about the market's starting to head down a little bit. Now, the market's still not over, but it's getting close. It's getting close there and stuff like that. And it is a pretty interesting sort of thing that's going on right now. Let me take care of one little thing real quick. Bam, we close Telegram. There we go. Screw those guys. Anyway, my Hex alerts. But these guys have been in the equities market for a long time and stuff like that. And the guy in the white here, interestingly enough, he actually came up right around the time of Oak Stratmont and stuff. For you guys who saw The Wolf of Wall Street, he was working with a lot of the guys who used to work for Jordan Belfort. So shout out to all my Staten Island boys and stuff like that. So yeah, man, full screen, let's go. Oh, dude, I love it. There's a Thanos. There's a Thanos figurine on the table.
Dude, this guy Mark Mahaney comes on the part on the conference call where the analysts are like allowed to ask questions.
Right.
So he goes, "This is in the midst of the stock down 25%, like in free fall." His question is, what kind of progress are you guys making on ESG? Like, how many women do you have on your board or whatever? And I start hysterically laughing on the train. This is a company that's literally overturning governments.
Right.
But socially, they're doing it sustainably. They're doing
sustainably. They're sustainably fomenting coups. And like you think about like all of the things that they're trying to do,
right?
Which is get you addicted to this dopamine hit, and just keep plugging into it.
This dystopian nightmare they're ushering in.
But are you ESG?
But are you ESG? Yeah, that's what it comes.
And this what ends up happening with large corporations is that instead of just hiring based off of merit and stuff like that, and like who's best for the job, they're like they have quotas. We need a certain amount of women, or we need a certain amount of diversity and stuff like that. It's a bit much sometimes, but. Yeah, but instead of asking them the real questions like why are you overturning countries and stuff like that, why are you doing this or this or this? Like, no, we need to know that there's a certain amount of people on the board. Like how many trans people work at the company? So this is the important thing. Hello.
comes down to. Are you ESG? So you guys have a wealth management company.
Yeah.
And you deal with clients.
Yeah.
Would it be considered like a hedge fund, or is it not really a hedge fund?
No. We're doing the opposite. We're
Okay.
like financial planning first, which is basically helping people figure out what they want to do with their money.
Yeah.
When, what are
Right.
the tax ramifications, how much they want to leave.
I met with a dude at Goldman a friend, she's like a sort of comedian. You know her, Haley Sachs.
Oh, not at Goldman.
Mrs. Dow Jones.
Yeah.
No,
not-
she's not.
Right,
But her
right.
dad is.
Okay, yeah.
Her dad's like a big wealth management guy
Yeah.
at Goldman.
I love Haley.
So I just want to stop this for 1 second. So look at this right now already. Like if you actually listen to a lot of comedians, they're pretty bad with money. And they don't know anything about investments and stuff. And this guy's already talking in a I mean, just off of that already, you could tell he actually is pretty financially illiterate, all jokes aside and stuff like that. But I think comedians sometimes can really understand sort of like the meme culture and stuff. I think a lot of people, when they come into crypto, they have they don't get it, right? And one thing that I feel like these guys get is that a lot of the times the reason people are in something is because they're just trying to get rich. Not that like they like the underlying technology and all this other stuff. So it's interesting to get the perspective. And on top of that, these guys have seen the real scammy side of both real estate, stocks and everything, hedge funds, and see what's really going on.
We had a breakfast at the Mark, and he was talking to me about, and I make a real good amount of money, but I think like, those guys, like to them, it's like, he's like, usually it's like 10 million to just kind of get in. I'm like, oh no, this is not.
They're doing
like-
like sovereign wealth.
Yeah, I was like, I appreciate it. And thanks
Yeah,
for the eggs Benedict. But I'm like, we're not there.
So what's funny about Haley Sachs' dad
Yeah.
working at Goldman Sachs?
Yeah.
The names are spelled differently,
But it's hilarious.
but
It didn't hurt him.
it doesn't. I don't know his name.
Right.
Haley, if you're listening, I love you. Let's say it's Henry Sachs of Goldman
Right.
Sachs.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a nice guy, but
Yeah. So basically, wealth management is like making sure that people are invested in such a way that it actually correlates to the life they want to live.
right.
Versus a hedge fund is like the S&P is going to go up 10%. I'm going to try to do 15.
Gotcha.
Right, and that's a really interesting distinction and stuff like that. Is like, yeah, like the wealth, like kind of these sovereign wealth funds or sort of like these. There's more like lifestyle investment and sort of making sure that you upkeep or you're trying to build yourself to a certain lifestyle versus like we're trying to swing for the fucking fences with most hedge funds and stuff like that. And I think that like most hedge funds are built like that, but there is some hedge funds where they're kind of a hybrid in between and stuff like that. But it is interesting to hear the distinction of that.
Regular people that
Or it's going to go down 10 and we're going to try and be down 9.
We're going to try to make money on the way down and the way up, which
Right.
doesn't really work. But that's the hedge fund. That's the hedge fund biz.
Because shorting's retarded. Let me tell you this right now. Shorting is really dumb. Most people can't do it right. And like most people who say that they're making a ton of money and stuff are not really like they have to put up a ton of money to do so. Like to make $1 million, like there's a couple of guys recently that talked about shorting and stuff. I think it's like you can make money and stuff like that, but it takes a dramatic move. It's more likely to make you profit probably in crypto than in equities, because in equities you have to use a lot of leverage in order to really make some substantial money. But I mean, you have to put up $1 million, no leverage, and then it goes down 50%, and then you actually make some money and stuff. But then, like, these things scam pump back up or something, and then you can lose money and stuff, and you can give up profit. So it's a huge clusterfuck, man. If you're gonna do anything, I'd rather long than short, but stay away from